Something just happened in the cryptocurrency world that has not happened in years. XRP just flipped BNB. As of today, March 17th, 2026, XRP is officially the fourth largest cryptocurrency in the entire world by market capitalization. Not fifth, not sixth, fourth, behind only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. XRP has climbed past BNB, past Solana, past every other competitor, and planted its flag in the top four of the entire global crypto market. And if you think that is just a number on a chart, I want you to stay with me for the next 15 minutes, because I am going to explain exactly why this moment is one of the most significant events in XRP's entire history. What happened in the last 24 hours that caused this? What the community on X is saying right now? What the technical charts are showing? And most importantly, what comes next for XRP holders? This is a big day. Let us talk about it properly. Before we dive in, a quick note for everyone watching. Whether you have held XRP for 5 years or you just heard about it for the first time today, this video will make sense to you. I will explain everything clearly and simply. This is not financial advice. This is a breakdown of what is actually happening in the market right now based on real data and real facts. Let us start with what actually happened in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, XRP was trading at around $1.40, a price that frustrated millions of XRP holders who watched their investment sitting 62% below its all-time high of $3.65. The mood in the XRP community was tense, impatient, frustrated. Then overnight, something shifted. XRP broke above a key resistance level at $1.39 that had been holding it down for months. A descending trend line that had acted as a ceiling for the price was broken, and when that ceiling broke, the price moved fast. In the last 24 hours, XRP surged 6.25%. Trading volume exploded by 125% to $3.22 billion in a single day. And the market capitalization of XRP crossed above BNB for the first time, making XRP the official fourth largest cryptocurrency in the world. Right now, as I am recording this video, XRP is trading at $1.50. That might not sound dramatic, but let me tell you what $1.50 with a 125% volume surge and a top 4 market cap position actually means. It means money is moving into XRP right now. Real money, big money, fast money. Now let us talk about why this flip matters so much. Because some people watching this might be thinking, okay, it flipped BNB, so what? Who cares about rankings? Here is why you should care. BNB is the native token of Binance. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world by trading volume. BNB has been a top 4 coin for years. It has an enormous user base, enormous brand recognition, enormous institutional support from one of the most powerful companies in crypto. For XRP to flip BNB, XRP had to overcome years of legal battles, years of regulatory uncertainty, years of being called a security by the SEC, years of exchanges delisting it, years of institutional investors staying away from it out of caution. And it did all of that. And it climbed over BNB anyway. This is not a small technical milestone. This is a statement. The market is saying that XRP has survived everything that was thrown at it, and it is still standing, and it is growing, and it belongs in the top 4. Now let me tell you what is happening on X right now. Because the conversations happening in the XRP community today are fascinating, and they tell you a lot about where sentiment is. The XRP community on X is celebrating hard right now. Posts with the words XRP number 4 are everywhere. People who have held XRP through years of pain are posting their stories. People who bought at $3.65 are posting that they are finally feeling hope again. The emotional energy in the XRP community today is unlike anything I have seen in months. But there is also a very loud other voice on X today. The skeptics. The people who have seen this before. The people who watched XRP bounce from $1.30 to $1.80 in February, only to fall back down to $1.30 again. These people are posting warnings. They are saying this is another fake out. They are saying the volume spike is temporary. They are saying XRP will be back below $1.40 within a week. So who is right? The bulls celebrating the flip? Or the bears warning about another fake out? Let me show you what the data and the charts are actually saying right now. From a technical analysis perspective, This breakout has several characteristics that make it more credible than the previous bounces this year. First, the volume. A 125% surge in trading volume on the day of a breakout is a very significant confirmation signal. When prices break resistance levels on low volume, it is often a fake out. When prices break resistance levels on dramatically higher than normal volume, it suggests real conviction behind the move, real buyers stepping in with real money, not just automated trading bots bouncing the price. Second, the resistance level that was broken. The $1.39 level had been a ceiling for XRP for months. Every time XRP approached that level, sellers came in and pushed it back down. The fact that XRP broke through that level with significant volume suggests that the sellers who had been defending that level have been overwhelmed by buyers. When a strong resistance level breaks, it often becomes a support level, meaning the $1.39 ceiling could now become a $1.39 floor. Third, the RSI indicator. The monthly RSI for XRP recently hit its most oversold level since the 2022 market bottom. In 2022, when the monthly RSI hit that same level, XRP went on to multiply several times in value over the following 18 months. History does not always repeat exactly, but it often rhymes. Now let me tell you about the bigger picture that is supporting this move. Because the BNB flip did not happen in a vacuum. It happened on top of a foundation of institutional developments that have been building quietly for weeks. Goldman Sachs, the most prestigious investment bank on Wall Street, officially disclosed earlier this week that it holds $154 million worth of XRP ETFs. Goldman Sachs, the bank that once dismissed crypto entirely, now officially one of the largest institutional holders of XRP. Ripple was officially selected as one of 85 partners in MasterCard's new crypto partner program. MasterCard's network reaches over 100 million merchants in over 200 countries. Ripple is now officially embedded in that network. Ripple Prime was added to the DTCC clearing directory just 2 weeks ago. The DTCC processes $2 quadrillion in transactions every year. Ripple now has a direct institutional connection to Wall Street's central clearing system. XRP ETF total assets reached $1.44 billion with 83 different institutions officially holding XRP exposure. And tokenized real-world assets on the XRP ledger jumped 35% in 30 days to $461 million. All of these things happened in the last 30 days. And today the market is starting to price them in. But here is something very important I want to address directly, because I know many of you are sitting there right now wondering the same thing. Should you buy XRP right now at $1.50? I'm going to give you the honest answer that most YouTube crypto channels will not give you. Because most channels will either scream, yes, by now it is going to $10, or they will be so cautious they say nothing useful at all. Here is the real situation. If you are looking at XRP right now and you are a long-term investor, someone who believes in the technology, someone who understands what Ripple is building, someone who is prepared to hold for 1 to 3 years, then the question is not really about whether $1.50 is the perfect entry point. The question is whether you believe in the long-term thesis. And if you do, a position at $1.50 with all of the institutional infrastructure being built right now looks very different from a speculative gamble. If you are a short-term trader, the technicals suggest that the next resistance level above $1.50 is at $1.65. Breaking that level with similar volume would be a strong continuation signal. If XRP fails to break $1.65 and falls back below $1.39, the short-term thesis weakens significantly. But if you are someone who bought at $3.65, or someone who has been holding through months of pain, today's move is meaningful. Not because of the number on the screen, but because of what it represents. Institutional money is moving into XRP through regulated products. Major partnerships are being announced. The legal battles are behind it. The infrastructure is being built, and the market is starting to recognize all of it. Now let me talk about price targets. Because I know you want to hear them, I am going to share what credible analysts are saying right now. Not random Twitter accounts, not anonymous Telegram channels. Credible sources with track records. Standard Chartered Bank, one of the world's largest financial institutions, has officially published a price target of $2.80 as a near-term target for XRP, and $8 as their year-end 2026 target. A closely followed technical analyst on X recently published a detailed wave analysis suggesting XRP could target $5 in the next major move up before a corrective wave brings it back to test lower levels. And historical cycle analysis comparing XRP's current chart structure to previous cycles suggests that if XRP follows the same pattern as the 2020 to 2021 bull run, current price levels represent the same accumulation zone that preceded a 10 times price increase. I am not telling you any of these targets are guaranteed. Nobody can guarantee a price target. But I am telling you that the people making these targets are looking at the same institutional adoption data, the same technical breakouts, the same market structure, and reaching similar conclusions. Now let me tell you what I think the next 30 days look like for XRP, based on everything available right now. The most likely scenario in the next 30 days is continued volatility, but with an upward bias. The institutional buying is not stopping. Goldman Sachs does not make a $154 million pilot position and then abandon it. They scale up. 83 institutions do not simultaneously enter XRP ETFs and then immediately exit. They accumulate. The technical breakout above $1.39 needs to be defended. If the price holds above that level, the next 30 days could see XRP test $1.65, then $2, then potentially higher. The risk scenario is a broader market sell-off driven by macroeconomic events. Geopolitical tensions in the Middle East are creating uncertainty across all financial markets right now. If there is a sudden spike in global risk aversion, all crypto assets, including XRP, could see a sharp correction regardless of their individual fundamentals. This is the main risk for XRP holders in the near term. It has nothing to do with XRP specifically. It is about the broader environment. So what should you actually do with this information? If you hold XRP already, today's move should give you more confidence in the long-term thesis. Not because the price went up 6% in one day, but because the flip of BNB is a confirmation that the market is starting to recognize what the institutional data has been showing for weeks. If you do not hold XRP and you are considering it, do your own research. Look at the institutional adoption data. Look at the MasterCard partnership. Look at the DTCC integration. Look at the Goldman Sachs filing. And make a decision based on your own financial situation and your own risk tolerance. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. That applies to XRP just as much as any other asset. And if you are still on the fence, watch this space closely over the next 30 days. Because if this breakout is real, the next major moves will happen fast. And if it is a fake out, you will know by whether the price holds above $1.39. Let me give you my final conclusion. XRP just became the fourth largest cryptocurrency in the entire world. It did that by surviving a lawsuit from the most powerful financial regulator in America, by watching major banks and institutions quietly accumulate its ETFs, by partnering with MasterCard and DTCC, by building the most active period of real-world asset tokenization in its history, and by breaking above a resistance level that had been holding it down for months on the highest volume it has seen in weeks. Is this the beginning of the real bull run? Nobody can tell you that with certainty, but I can tell you this. The foundation underneath XRP right now is stronger than it has ever been, and the market is starting to notice. That is the story of today. That is why XRP flipping BNB matters. And that is what every XRP holder needs to understand right now. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think XRP can hold the number 4 position and keep climbing? Type hold if you think XRP stays in the top 4. Type flip if you think XRP is about to flip Ethereum and take number 3. And type correction if you think this is another fake out and the price is coming back down. I read every single comment and I will reply to as many as I can in the first hour. If this video gave you value, please subscribe, because my next video is going to cover the story that is directly connected to today's breakout. The Iran conflict is creating fear across all financial markets right now, and XRP holders specifically need to understand how geopolitical tension affects their investment. That video is coming very soon. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.